NFL draft is an opportunity for teams to add young players that can develop into future stars of the league, or they can become busts that are really detrimental to their franchise for years. It's an important time for teams to make crucial decisions and to do it right. And in the 2018 NFL draft, the Buffalo Bills made a pick that would change the landscape of their franchise for years when they selected quarterback Josh Allen from Wyoming with the 7th overall selection.
The Buffalo Bills select Josh Allen, quarterback.
Despite being labeled as a raw talent and a project with a ton of question marks surrounding his accuracy, the former Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen has turned into a superstar at the National Football League level, becoming the face of the Buffalo Bills franchise and one of the league's most exceptional talents. And since entering the league in 2018, Allen has helped turn around the Bills franchise, leading his team to the playoffs in every year except for his rookie season. He's the only quarterback in NFL history to record 40 or more total touchdowns in 4 consecutive seasons, and he's consistently in the MVP discussions on a yearly basis. Despite all of these accomplishments, 6 players were selected ahead of Josh Allen in the 2018 NFL Draft, and in this video, we'll take a look at each and every one of those picks. Welcome back to the Bills Bunker. Before we really dive into this video, I'd like to take a moment to encourage you to subscribe to the channel, check out other content right here on the Bills Bunker. The NFL Draft is just about a month away, under a month away now, so I thought it would be a good time to make this video and look back at the 2018 NFL Draft, a draft class that completely changed the landscape of the Buffalo Bills. Let's dive in. It's going to be fun.
This is where the fun begins.
And we're going to start off with a team that picked not once, but twice before the Buffalo Bills snagged Allen. And that team is the Cleveland Browns, who have a history for missing out on franchise quarterbacks. And with the first overall selection in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns selected Baker Mayfield, who at the time was the consensus number 1 overall pick. But I think it's fair to say he hasn't quite lived up to the hype that was surrounding him coming out of college. Baker's time in Cleveland was really messy, as he had 4 different head coaches in 4 years with the Browns. Now that's crazy, and it's almost unheard of to have 4 coaches in 4 years with a team. It just goes to show the incompetence of that franchise at the time. Over his 4 seasons in Cleveland, Baker had his ups, and he certainly had his downs. He finished his tenure with the Browns with a record of 29 wins to 30 losses, which is actually pretty good given the circumstances he dealt with surrounding the head coaching situation. In 2020, Baker led the Cleveland Browns to their first AFC divisional round appearance since 1994, but he wouldn't make it back to the playoffs in Cleveland. And in the following 2021 campaign, Mayfield's Browns failed to qualify for the playoffs, and he finished the year with a 6-8 record as a starter. In the following offseason, Cleveland decided to ship Baker Mayfield to the Carolina Panthers, where he really struggled mightily before reviving his career in a brief 4-game stint as a starting quarterback under Sean McVay with the Los Angeles Rams. His 4 games in LA, that was enough to earn him another opportunity with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and really, he's made the most of it. The 2023 season would be the best of Mayfield's career to date, as he finished the year with career highs in passing yards and passing touchdowns, and he helped the Bucs win their division and a wild card game against the Philadelphia Eagles. So Baker Mayfield, he's had the odds stacked against him with the incompetence of the Cleveland Browns franchise at the time. 4 head coaches in 4 years. He's constantly on the move, but it looks like he's found a home in Tampa Bay right now. However, I think it's fair to say that he's not Josh Allen, and he likely never will be that caliber of player. So obviously, that's a tough look for the Cleveland Browns with the first overall selection back in 2018. With the 2nd overall pick, the New York Giants selected Saquan Barkley, who was one of the most hyped running back prospects of all time. Barkley spent 6 seasons in New Jersey with the Giants.
One New York team.
During Barkley's 6 seasons with the New York Football Giants, he only played in a full season once, and that was in his rookie year when he posted an impressive season with over 2,000 all-purpose yards and 15 touchdowns. Now, Saquon is still widely regarded as one of the top running backs in the league. However, it seems there's always some sort of injury concerns surrounding him, and the former second overall selection only has played in 2 playoff games over his 6 NFL seasons, and that really seems like a waste of such a talented player who's still in his prime years. It seems like Barkley has had enough of the Giants, as this offseason he signed with debatably the biggest rival of his former team in the Philadelphia Eagles. Listen, Saquon Barkley, he's a very talented player, but it's clear that his time with the Giants should be viewed as a failure. His team only had a winning record once in 6 seasons with Barkley in their backfield. That is insane to me. That just goes to show they've made some wrong decisions over with the Giants, and it's been a mess for years there. I mean, this is a team that has Daniel Jones as their quarterback right now. They've got to figure out that situation. Can't blame Saquon for any of it, and can't blame him for leaving. Pick number 3 was held by the New York Jets, who are also located in New Jersey.
One New York team.
And with the 3rd overall selection in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Jets made a selection that would hinder the progress of their franchise for years when they picked the wrong quarterback, selecting Sam Darnold from USC. Darnold spent only 3 seasons with a team who expected him to be the face of their franchise, recording a win-to-loss record of 13-25. His time with the Jets was miserable.
25.
I mean, seriously, the most memorable part of Darnold's tenure with the Jets was that Monday Night Football game when Darnold was mic'd up and he said he was seeing ghosts.
Seeing ghosts.
Darnold was essentially ran out of town in the Big Apple after just 3 seasons. Since then, he's only started in 18 NFL games over 3 years with the Carolina Panthers and San Francisco 49ers. Over the last 3 seasons, Darnold's record in the National Football League as a starter is 8-10, which is lackluster at best, but it's definitely an improvement from his time with the Jets, which is laughable. At this point in time, his career has been rather forgettable, but he's recently landed a job with the Minnesota Vikings, and with the departure of Kirk Cousins in Minneapolis, he's assumed a starting role for now. I would expect the Vikings to try to land a different quarterback in the upcoming 2024 NFL Draft, because honestly, nobody wants to see Darnold start in this league anymore. I think we've all seen enough to know that by now. This pick was just awful, and I mean awful. The New York Jets managed to screw this up royally, and it's probably a good thing that they didn't pick Josh Allen up, because who knows, they probably would have managed to screw that up too. That's just a dysfunctional franchise over there in New Jersey. And now we return to Ohio, where the Cleveland Browns passed on Josh Allen for a second time, and they did this by selecting cornerback Denzel Ward. And it made sense that they made this pick, as they thought they picked up their franchise quarterback in Baker Mayfield with the 1st overall selection. Ward has been productive for the Browns in his 6 NFL seasons, making 3 Pro Bowls, helping the team get to the playoffs twice in that time, which is pretty impressive for a team that was once the laughingstock of the league. But in reality, there's not actually very much to criticize about this pick. The Ohio State alumni has been productive at the professional level, and any team would be happy to have him on their team. But this is a quarterback-driven league. There's not a team out there that would say, I want Denzel Ward over Josh Allen. If we had to start this whole league from scratch and every team just had a hole everywhere, there's not a team that would pick Denzel Ward over Josh Allen. I can guarantee you that. And that's just because a cornerback doesn't have the same ability to take over a game the way number 17 does at the quarterback position. The next selection in the 2018 NFL Draft was made by the Denver Broncos, who picked Bradley Chubb 5th overall. This one has to hurt a lot for those Denver Bronco fans out there. And that's because the Denver Broncos are a franchise that has struggled with quarterback play ever since Peyton Manning retired from the league way back in 2015. Wow, I'm getting old. Since then, they've had a number of players try to fill their need for a quarterback. That long list of names includes names such as Brock Osweiler, Drew Lock, Teddy Bridgewater, Case Keenum, and most recently Russell Wilson. And it's safe to say that organization in Denver has failed miserably when it comes to drafting and developing quarterbacks.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Broncos country. That's right.
And honestly, Chubb's time in Denver wasn't too spectacular either. He only played in 49 games over the course of 4.5 seasons with the team before he was traded to the Miami Dolphins during the 2022 NFL season. With the Broncos, he posted 26 sacks, but never suited up in a single playoff game in Denver. Luckily for those fans in Colorado, they have the Denver Nuggets and they have the Colorado Avalanche, two teams that are really competitive in their respective leagues, because the Broncos ain't winning diddly squat for quite some time, especially with their incompetence to pick up a franchise quarterback. The 6th overall selection in the 2018 NFL Draft was made by the Indianapolis Colts, and this one is really hard to criticize as they picked up offensive guard Quenton Nelson. Since entering the league in 2018, Nelson has been one of the best offensive linemen in the league, being named to the Pro Bowl in each of his 6 NFL seasons, also being selected as a first-team All-Pro in his first 3 campaigns in the league. Listen, Nelson is great, and the situation that he entered appeared to be very promising as the team was quarterbacked by Andrew Luck at the time. This selection made a lot of sense as it was made to give Luck some more protection because he was just taking way too many hits early on in his career, and the Colts were coming off a 2017 season when Luck didn't play a single snap due to a shoulder injury suffered in 2016. However, that plan was short-lived as Luck would call it quits at just 29 years old, announcing his retirement after just 1 season with Nelson platooning the left guard position. Honestly, this was just a real unfortunate bounce for the Indianapolis Colts because they had the quarterback, the face of their franchise, and they went out and drafted one of the best offensive linemen in the game. But Andrew Luck retired due to some circumstances, and I guess we'll never know what the true potential of Andrew Luck in the NFL was, but I think it was sky high. It was just a tough situation for the Indianapolis Colts. They missed out on a franchise quarterback in Josh Allen. Who knows? If Luck would have retired a season earlier, maybe they take Josh Allen here and the Buffalo Bills never get him, but we'll never know. And the fans of Buffalo will forever be thankful for that because they got the face of their franchise in number 17, Josh Allen, after 5 teams with 6 selections passed up on number 17. And Buffalo is so thankful for that. The Colts have seemingly had a new quarterback every year since the retirement of Andrew Luck, but not all hope is lost as they could have their guy right now in Anthony Richardson. He has a lot of promise as a young quarterback, but only time will tell. When you look back at the 2018 NFL Draft, it was a pretty good draft. Lamar Jackson was the 32nd overall pick there, Josh Allen 7th overall. A lot of high caliber players. And I mean, if you look, those teams that passed up on Josh Allen, the situation that they're in, it sucks for a lot of them. And it just goes to show the power of selecting a franchise guy. The Buffalo Bills got it right, finally, after enduring so much pain with quarterbacks like Nathan Peterman, Jeff Tuel. Some of you don't even know who these guys are. Like, that's how bad it was in Buffalo until they got their guy, Josh Allen. Completely changed the landscape of the team. And that's what the NFL Draft is all about. The 2024 NFL Draft is under a month away. I'll be right here on the Bills Bunker doing more videos like this and covering everything that happens surrounding the draft and surrounding this offseason. So if you haven't yet, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more content coming your way. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button if you haven't yet. Stay tuned for more content on the Bills Bunker. I'm Jake Varco. Thankful for Josh Allen. Go Bills.